Congratulations on everything you've achieved this year, and have a great summer, everyone. Let's hand over now to Andy White.
Thanks so much, Juanita. So I literally am the last person, as is traditional, between you and an end of year drink, canapé and catch up. So I'll keep it brief. I'll summarise today with some serious remarks, but also hopefully some light-hearted ones, and finish with a few thank yous. So today we heard from RBA Assistant Governor Dr. Brad Jones, who emphasised the need for work to ensure that the Australian payment system remains world-class. He covered the 4 Cs: cash, cards, cross-border and CBDC. Importantly, he emphasised, and this was echoed later on by our Treasury speakers, the absence of a clear common vision and roadmap on A2A payments in Australia and the need for coordination to solve for that. I want to be really clear on that, as Luke was earlier, that AusPayNet will solve for this, working with the RBA by hosting industry roundtables and in a way that is compliant with competition law. We also heard from Treasury's James Kelly on version 2 of the strategic plan for Australia's payment system and on payments licensing reform. Based on that, 2025 promises to be pretty exciting, especially given it's an election year as well. And James also highlighted that we can expect a Christmas present of a consultation on cash. We then heard from our esteemed Scams panel, who talked about the vision for National Anti Scam codes and standards. A personal reflection and a biased one, given I'm fortunate enough to sit on its advisory board, is that the National Anti-Scam Centre has made a real difference these first 18 months, as evidenced by the 41% reduction in scam losses year on year. No other country globally is seeing scam losses reduce, and certainly not to that extent. And that's why other countries are looking to us in Australia, and particularly our ecosystem-wide approach, as leading the way. There is more to be done here. Scams still affect far too many Australians, but the Scams Prevention Framework should further support this promising start. Then we heard from Maha at the BIS Innovation Hub. It was my pleasure earlier in the year to attend their Innovation Summit, and I felt I did nothing but learn for 2.5 days. You had the 30-minute version. I hope you found it equally thought-provoking, and as I said earlier, I really hope that we in Australia can lean into those projects, as I know we already have in some of those. We're spending time on quantum checks and A2A payments. I feel like I've covered A2A payments already. On quantum, I think David Gee's wording stuck with me around there's going to be better locksmiths, so we need better locks. On checks, interestingly, 40% of you have never written a check. So probably you turned up to that session just because checks are cool and they're the new vinyl, as we heard from Steve Wiggins. Not sure I agree with that, by the way. And that leaves me to a couple of learnings from New Zealand with tongue firmly in cheek, which is that we might get rid of paper checks, but we might struggle to get rid of the big cardboard-sized ones for charities and winners. And the other learning from New Zealand, which is that if you really want to get rid of checks, you should do it during a pandemic. I can just make sure that that's not part of the program, by the way, and creating one of those. And as always, our big debate lived up to its billing. The conversation is always wide-ranging, and today went far beyond AI. So it covered topics such as slavery, genocide, influencers, baby boomers, Uber Eats, pizza, exploding thermomixes, steroids, the girl from Ipanema, Spider-Man, Terminator, a lot of time on chicken and eggs. Chicken and geese, actually. So Chicken Little and the Golden Geese. We then did have eggs. We had toast. Not sure pina coladas go with toast and eggs, but they were mentioned as well. There was a clear need for our entire debating panel for coffee. That was mentioned about 4 times, I think. Clearly the fuel that makes the debate work. There was a philosophical question about whether Australia exists. And of course, we have the famous line about Joe Rogan listening confident nephews. I think we can probably all relate to that. So on to the Oscars speech thank yous. Thank you to the RBA Assistant Governor, to Minister Jones, to the ACCC Chair, to Kato Rourke from ASIC, to James Kelly from Treasury, to our international speakers, BIS's Maha Al-Dameshki and Payment New Zealand's Steve Wiggins, and in fact to all of our speakers, including those who joined us from afar by video. our panelists and moderators for all of the content and engaging conversation. I should note that each year we make a donation in the name of our guest speakers as a sign of gratitude for their contribution to the summit. This year we chose a Score Food Bank, and our donation will provide 2,400 meals to Australian families in need this Christmas. And thank you to Juanita Phillips for such an amazing job as MC, much better than her AI equivalent, I think we'll all agree. Thank you to all of our sponsors, Thales, ACI Worldwide, Argenti, Bulk Group, Custor, Kandaba, Strategic, Interprement, Message Exchange, Manila, Press Payment Systems, Swift, and TNS. Thank you from me to our board for the sign-off to run this event each year, and in thanking them, I should just note that Kate Mulligan, who's one of our independent directors, stands down at the end of this year, so thank you particularly to Kate. Thank you to the Summit team, led by our CSO, Rajat Jain. We're replacing him with AI for this call analysis, but other than that, everything was really good. And Summit so effectively organised by our showrunners, Larissa O'Connor and Jen Brubitz, with support from all of our SMEs across AusPayNet, who developed the content for today. And also to our event partner CEOs, being together such an amazing event. Thank you. And lastly, thank you to you. Its Spreckle numbers is 625 this year, so it's great that you all come and that you all engage in what we do at Summit each year. So thank you for that. Please do, as always, give our feedback. You'll get a post-event survey shortly. Have a wonderful festive season. I hope it's safe, restful, and fun. And please do join us for a drink and canapé sponsored by TNS. Thanks again.